Hi, I'm Nancy Kraft with the University of Iowa Libraries. I'm head of the Preservation Department and Preservation Librarian. Today we'll talk about how to salvage your water-soaked documents, books, and other kinds of paper things. But first, before we do that, I'd like to talk about some safety things that you need to address in order to protect yourself from mold and bacteria. Always disinfect your hands before and after you are working with them. Be sure to wear gloves, cover your feet, wear a jacket, something to protect yourself, such as I am, and wear a mask that says it's a N95 rating. This is the nose. A lot of people put this upside down. Make sure you put both of these over your head and snug this over your nose. If you're getting any air and fogging your glasses, you need to snug it. Work in a well-ventilated area. Outside is good, and at the end of the time you're working, make sure you put everything in your laundry and shower head to toe to get the stuff out of your hair so you don't sleep with it at night. We're going to demonstrate a booklet that we found in one of the records that we're restoring, and Beth Stone and Caitlin Moore, our lab assistants, are going to walk us through the process. One of the things that we have to be concerned with this particular type is it's slick coating, and so if we allow it to dry, it will, it's like a magazine, it will turn on to a brick. So we have kept this wet until we could get working on it. If it's a regular type book and it dries, you're okay. We're cleaning this document in water that has a little photo flow in. If you have that, that's fine. Otherwise, just plain water is okay. Beth is gently sponging this item off to get as much of the mud and guck off as she can on the outside. You can use a small paintbrush or something, just gentle movement. If when you go to do something and you see that there's ink running, you may want to give us a call, which will provide you with the phone number, and ask for advice, because if there's inks running, put it into water, it will probably continue to run. Most items are pretty, you can see they're pretty stable in the water, and if you're dealing with a water or flood damage, you're already going to see if it's a problem. Especially with your wedding certificates and things, you might want to call an expert before you try this. Caitlin has these little plastic racks that will allow some air movement and to allow it to dry. You could use just a regular screen from around your home. You don't need this special type of equipment. So once you have the stuff rinsed off, you can use a sponge or a paintbrush, whatever. Then you need to gently pull each sheet apart. And she's just using plain paper. And she's going to pull each page apart and then interleaf so that there's something in between each page so that the pages as they dry don't stick together. And this is a real important piece when working with small documents. And these things have been in a flood, so there is going to be some damage. It's going to show. And then what will happen is once these are dry, then we'll take them out and do further flattening. Once you are through interleaving your document, it's very important that you give it, that you stack it in such a way that you have air movement from up and down. You can use a screen. Make sure that it's always interleaved so that there's something. This works for two things, to keep things from sticking, but it also helps the drying process. And so does the air movement. If you do see running of ink or molds or things that you think that you would like additional assistance with, feel free to call the University of Iowa Library's Preservation Department's Conservation Lab at 319-335-5908. We'd be happy to help.